Hi, I'd love to share a story with you. It's about God's protection over His people, even when we are asleep and not expecting anything and having no control over our lives. God steps in at those moments, and I'd like to share a particular story when He stepped in for me and my family. My sons were in elementary school, and we were coming up to the big annual celebration of the Christmas Carol night, where the children would sing Christmas carols and Hanukkah songs, and it was a great event, and my sons always got excited about it. But we were also really excited because we had a planned trip to Hawaii for Christmas right after that, a couple of days after that. And so we were getting ready for that too. So all these great events were happening and coming, and we went to the wonderful event, the Christmas Carol night, and the boys sang beautifully, and all the children did. And when we got home, I thought, I'm going to get the boys to bed early, and we're going to be excited. We have one more day before we go on our trip. And I got to go to sleep myself like at 8:30 at night, and I was just fast asleep. And then at 2 in the morning, something happened. I got up out of my bed. I stood by my bed and just said, our house is filling up. Our house is filling up. Our house is in danger. Our house is in danger. And just went back to bed. Got back into my bed and went to sleep. And of course, Peter's like, oh, and he gets up and he goes to the bathroom. But he started to think, wait a minute, my wife hears from God sometimes, maybe I should look into this. So he went downstairs and just quickly ran back up again. His eyes were red, and he was waking me up, and he said, hurry, get the boys, we've got to get out of here. Our house is filling up with gas. And I was just stunned in a way, but actually kind of peaceful. And I went in and I said to the boys, guys, we have to leave our house. It's filling up with gas, and we have to be safe. Put on your robes and your house slippers, grab your favorite teddy bears and your pillows, and meet me in my bedroom, okay? And they went, okay, Mommy. And so like 2 minutes later, they're so cute. They're standing in my bedroom with their teddy bears and the whole thing. It was so adorable. So I grabbed them and we went downstairs, and I did everything wrong. Everything that you should not do when your house is filling up with gas. I opened the garage door, I started the car, and we went out into the driveway. And I look over and I see Peter racing around, and I think, what is going on? And he came over to the car and he said, I cannot get the gas to turn off. I don't know what's going on. I keep turning it, but nothing's happening. And I don't know what to do. Call the emergency. I said, okay, I'll call an emergency crew. And I did. And in 10 minutes, they were there, like 2 trucks. And they were just saying for us, back off, back off. And they went running into the front door with their meters. And their meters obviously couldn't even detect the amount of gas in our house. There was so much. So they came running out. Just go to neighbor's house, go to someone's neighbor's house, do something, go away, let us take care of this. This is dangerous. Okay, so I took my boys, and Peter came over. We went across the street, and our wonderful neighbor let us come in, and she put my boys in the guest room, and it was so sweet. And I tucked them in, and I looked out the window, and I was just watching my house and thinking to myself, God, thank you for protecting us, and would you please protect our home? Would you please protect those men and my whole neighborhood? And I just kept praying until 5 in the morning. Someone knocks at the door, and I went running down the stairs, and this man said, you can bring your boys and go back home again, but stay upstairs, please, and keep all of your windows open. And I said, okay, great. So took my boys upstairs, put them into my bed, tucked them in. And I thought, oh no, I want to talk to that man. So I ran back downstairs, and I caught him before he went to his truck. And I said, tell me what happened. And he said, wow, well, you guys are really lucky, because you would have really have died in 10 minutes. And I said, we would have died? He said, yeah, the gas would have killed you in your sleep, and then your house would have exploded in fire, and the gas would go from your house, to the other homes, and they would have caught on fire. He said, you're so lucky. I said, oh my gosh. You know what? I'm not lucky. I am so blessed by God. He protected us. And I told him the whole story. And he just smiled and walked to his truck, and I thought, wow, he has a lot to think about. So 2 days later, we were on our way to Hawaii, And the whole time we were there, we were thanking God that we were alive, that God protected us and got us out of that horrible situation. Let's trust God with every part of our life. And, when we're asleep, God is there with us. We have no control, but God sees, and God is with us. Let's talk soon.